The Pod Squad.
The Pod Squad.
The Pod Squad.
The Pod Squad. It's the Pod Squad.
Ooh, I got a recording in progress.
This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, better behave.
I'm going to leave the meeting. I know. I never give him a choice.
Oh, that looks a little scary there, Mike. You look like you're doing some undercover work.
It's like you're about to interrogate someone.
I can't hear you.
No, they can't hear us.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
We hear you. I know. Sign language. Thumbs up.
Hold on.
Captain.
Technical difficulties.
Uh-oh.
I can't hear anybody.
Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
What is that? That's not a car.
What is that?
I don't know.
What is that?
He's got
Don't
a
let him
ninja
in.
or something on there.
It's a samurai.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, Jose.
Got a dune buggy.
Hold on.
He's on the beach. Wow.
Forgot to change my background.
It looks very shady where you are compared to the beach behind you, but okay.
Forgot to change my background.
You're gonna grab the car into the beach?
Just be
Yeah.
careful. I think it's high tide. You might get washed away.
You can leave it there. It's fine.
Oh my
You're
God.
on the beach.
Do surfboards
Look at
count
that.
as a ride?
Nick's with his Ryan and the Blues Brothers with his other brothers.
That
And
was
Mike is
Mike is,
I don't know, doing some covert operation thing there. I don't know what's going on.
Mike is disheveled. I looked at my watch. I was like, "Oh shit! I got 1 minute. It's 8:59." I just lost track of time. Sorry.
That's okay.
I actually got off early and took a nap.
Oh.
Yeah, I should have just called y'all and we could have done this earlier.
Apps are nice.
Yeah. Well, after today was our last day. I'm driving home tomorrow.
Nice.
Welcome back.
6 weeks without a day off.
Wow.
And when they told us y'all can go home early, you're done. First thing I did was go take a nap. I was tired.
So
Susan,
I was just telling Vic and Susan that you wouldn't believe the message, the text message I got right as we came on. Somebody asked me via text, why haven't we seen any Pod Squad episodes lately?
See, you missed one. It was like a whole month.
Our fans.
Yeah,
Fans
since
are dying for more.
we haven't been on since
Why'd you
the
text?
awards. It's been a while. And who won those awards? Was it what? It was Susan and Mike.
I
Ooh.
forgot already.
Yeah.
So long ago.
I'll remind you.
Gosh,
Yay!
sore loser.
I want a recount. Jeez.
I don't recall who won.
You win in Georgia.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I was close though.
I'm still trying to watch some of those movies. I haven't been able to catch them all, but eventually I'll get to them.
Are you going to watch them at the theater or at home? We'll get to that.
Ah.
Good question. Good question. Well, we're not talking about awards this time around. We're talking something different, but yeah, it's been a little while. We had for all you guys at home. By the way, welcome to the Pod Squad sessions.
Late night.
Hey. We got, I never know. These directions always come out wrong, but we got Mike. No, we got Victor. We got Mike. We got Jose. And down at the bottom is Susan.
On the bottom?
You're on the bottom, yeah. Kitty cat's on the bottom. You're in the pyramid, inverted pyramid. You're like this. Whoa, somebody didn't pay their light bill.
Somebody's light.
Victor, you're kind of channeling your inner Ronnie Millsap a little bit there.
Hey, no, put that car away.
That's
There's a stranger in my house. I can't see him because it's actually part of the lyrics. I don't.
I can't. I'm not a big country fan, so I don't. I mean, I've heard of him, but I don't know his music.
What? Oh, Nick.
I'm with you, Victor.
Thank you.
Nick.
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah,
it in
let
hot
me-
the
country.
70s and 80s. You should know who he is.
I know who he is. I just don't know his music.
Well, listen to his greatest hits, man.
Oh, you can sing him because apparently you know him. So
Next show, country
Coming-
music.
And this is coming from Mr. Pantera. over
There you
here.
go.
yeah, no, the guy with the Iron Maiden shirt. Yeah.
Right.
So that's one thing you didn't do during the pandemic. Study country.
Right.
The country. Hey.
That's right. Oh well. So how you guys doing? How's everybody
Good.
doing?
Doing all right. No complaint.
No complaints.
Doing pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
We're out for a long time. Nobody had anything new happen.
As cool as I am here with the Blues Brothers, I just want you to know that I am in the middle of doing laundry.
Bing! There goes.
How down to earth of you.
Yeah, they're my cool factor. Doing laundry. It's a weekend thing, you know.
I guess I should do that too, but
Even superheroes need clean socks.
Yes, that's right.
Underwear too.
Clean
yeah,
underoos.
underwear, that's right.
Underoos.
Clean underoos.
I was always jealous because the boys had the superhero underoos.
Didn't they have some for girls?
Not many. I
No.
mean, we barely had maybe
They had My Pretty
Wonder
Pony.
Woman. Yeah, or something like that. So
I'm too old for those. They weren't around when I was wearing them. They don't make them.
wait,
as
you were
those
wearing them?
sizes, so. Anyway, so yeah, we were out we missed an episode, guys. Sorry about that. Some things came up, and we just weren't able to get together and record that last episode. But I think everything's kind of settled down now. I don't know about things out there in the world settling down quite yet. We've got a lot of stuff going on. With everybody taking off their masks and people wondering what they're supposed to do, and is it safe to go to the movies, and Is it safe to go to Israel? It's been crazy. It's been a little crazy, guys. I had a family visit this week, which was like, oh, that was nice. I finally get to see people and go out with them, and we could eat in a restaurant. Still trying to be safe, though. It's like it's not an everyday occurrence type thing or unmasked situation yet, but that was my week.
Things are progressing slowly.
Yeah.
I know, but it's still I mean, you don't know who.
Yeah, I'm not.
We got too many kids still carrying it, so.
Yeah, we had a positive this last week, so. But they're bringing all the kids back, so that's probably why.
Yeah, I had the same thing in my class this week as well. Had one kid over
since
2 weeks and
several a week.
Several, that's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
But at least here in San Antonio, the kids are starting to get vaccinated. I had several of my kids say that they were going to get their vaccines this weekend, and a couple of them got them during the week. So it was like, good.
Wow.
Keep doing it. So.
I had the opposite.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, I know. So, anyway.
Well, we all encourage you all out there to be safe and get vaccinated, please. Just in the event some idiot doesn't do it and they start spreading this thing all over again, and we don't want that. We don't want to lose any of you. So, well, let's get into our show, I guess.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah. Our topic tonight is the best sweet rides. The best rides.
That's right. I don't think they're all sweet.
Not so sure about that.
Best rides in TV, film, whatever. Okay.
Cartoons.
Free ride.
I have a feeling all of mine are taken, but
no, I doubt it.
I'll go first.
No, I'll go first. No, I'm first. I don't have a list. No,
I think Susan wants to go first. We should let her go first.
Go ahead and go.
No, you go. You go. I'll go. I'll go at the end because I'll go at the end.
Who's making music?
In order for us to have everything on Belinda's list, we'd have to have like another 100 people a part of this.
And Jose's list too.
Jose had a list.
He did have a list. Jose has a manifesto.
I'll be honest, I didn't even start one because I thought y'all are gonna call them all anyway. I'm not even. No. So I don't have a list this time.
I'll be surprised if y'all get all of mine. I got some oldies.
See, you got oldies, and I wouldn't. That's why I was like.
I picked 5. I'm only going to talk about 3 unless nobody picks them as we're done, and then there's some leftovers. Then I'll throw them in there. But I'm only going to talk about 3.
Yeah, we can circle back.
Nice.
Okay.
Sounds
that's
good.
my plan. I don't know about y'all, but that's my plan.
Like a good plan.
Well, Susan, I guess why don't you go first?
Okay, so it was about. I put as vehicles. During my folder. No, I do see them in movies, but I guess it wasn't my biggest thing, except for a few that caught my eye. And then you're probably already gonna say, "Oh, I know which one she's got." Now, the first one actually that caught my, because I always wanted one, and I don't remember the movie anymore. I mean, I saw it when I was little. And even then, I think it was already out before I was born. It was called a movie called Bullet.
Oh man!
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Well,
That's a good
I've
one.
always wanted a Mustang, so and of course, I think that was one of the reasons. The scene, I only remember the scenes. I don't remember the movie. When I saw it, and it was afterwards that's been out for a while. So I was a little kid, not little, but I was still like a preteen, I guess. And so I know that it was a '68 Ford Mustang, and I still want a Mustang, and I think about it all the time. That I should have just gotten a Mustang, but they're not as, I don't know. I mean, the next one would have been John Wick's Mustang.
Oh,
69.
Yeah.
So it's
Nice.
pretty much the same year,
It's a good year.
mhm. Yeah, they were kind of cool then. And of course, I would like to have someone who would let me drive in the airport. What do I get for a new car? A family car, and I don't have a family.
But you
And
need
so-
it being a teacher. You need all that room in there.
Yeah, but I was thinking about it all this time. I go, why didn't I just get a sports car?
Your next
I
car,
think-
I guess.
Yeah, but this, I don't think someone actually hit
What
my
do you have your
car,
eye on, Steven?
and did a hit and run because I only go to work. So
They did it at work?
it had to be work. I don't travel anywhere since this pandemic has gone around.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I know. And I'm trying to be all detective and seeing, I think I know who it is, but there's no way I can approach him. Anyways, if you're hearing this, I know. Anyway, so the
We're gonna
Mustangs,
come looking for you, people.
Mustangs are my first ones, Another, it's a very old movie, but of course, because of my brother, we watched a lot of James Bond movies.
Mm.
And I only remember it because it went underwater.
Mhm.
It was a 1976 Lotus E-Spirit, and From the Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
And actually,
Mhm.
he drove it off the pier, I guess, and then if it was some rain in the water. And guess who has it now? Who bought it?
Ooh.
Mr. Musk.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh.
Mm.
So that got, I remember that one, and I thought about, hey, I remember that one.
Well, good list.
Oh wait, go one more. My third one. I say the Mustangs are together. I have a like Vic. I got about 5, but the last one was from a movie called, I think it was called Italian Job.
Oh, yeah.
That's when the Mini Cooper came. Got my.
Mhm.
Of course, that one was an older version. I think it's 67. That was cool. I could do that.
I don't remember the car in that one.
It
Was
was
it a
a,
Mini Cooper?
yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it was like the little Italian cars.
They were all Mini Coopers.
They're like that big. They're like that big. Driving around like that.
You get off, you put it in your pocket. Walk around.
So I was jealous when our friend bought one.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
I love her. She knows it.
Yeah, oh yeah. I told her I love their choice of car. So.
I'd have to get one with a sunroof. Stick my head out to drive.
So those are my top. Well, I guess the top 3 so far. I have some weird ones. I don't think any one of you guys would have picked. Because
Mhm.
they're not cars you would want to drive.
Mhm.
They just remind me of my family.
Excellent.
No, okay.
I didn't have any of those. That's good.
Wow, really? I feel.
Well, you keep saying these old movies, but for me, those aren't old movies.
Well, it is. How old are you guys?
I'm very old. I mean, I go back to black and white days.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. That's like my music. They say the 80s
Yeah.
or 90s or already old music.
You can tell you're the youngest one among us, so yeah.
You're
Those are
right.
middle-aged movies.
There you go. That's right.
It sounds like they're like silent movies or something. Like that.
Yeah.
Some movies are black and white.
All right, you're teasing me enough. Go next.
Harlan Hardy car.
Gosh.
No, it's Keystone
Click.
Cops. It's Keystone Cops. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Their little truck. Their paddy wagon. Isn't that what they were called? Paddy
Yeah.
wagon?
Yeah. Yes, I rode in one because it's very old. So yes.
What? Really?
Oh,
That's a story we need to hear later. Okay.
Oh,
Keep that in mind.
make a reference to my age, not to my actual experience.
Not to your background check.
let's say Victor, the Pod Squad scandal here. Mm,
Oh, he is part of the Blues Brothers. Come on.
yeah.
That's
Just got out of the joint. Just got out of the joint.
Okay,
Hey,
movie
let's see
trivia. Which joint? Which
Folsom,
joint?
not Folsom.
Remember?
What's that?
I
Cook,
didn't.
What was the
County.
question?
Joliet.
Cook.
I didn't hear the
Joliet
question.
prison.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, I couldn't hear the
Which
question.
prison?
yeah. I didn't hear it either.
Oh, yeah, Joliet. That's why I call him Joliet Jake.
Really? Jake.
Yeah, Joliet. That's the town I was born in.
Really?
Joliet, Illinois.
Oh.
We learned something today.
They claim to fame.
All right.
Nice.
Joliet.
Cool.
All right. Well, who wants to go next?
How about you pick? So, yeah.
Me pick.
Nobody wants to go
Tell
now.
us who you want.
I say Jose goes next.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll go at the end because everybody's probably got something I already have
Oh,
on my
you
list.
have that big, humongous list, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
You know
the
what?
first-
Let's do Mike next.
this is the first notepad, letter A's.
Okay.
And we'll move on to
That's
B
the A
next.
section.
Looks like you drew some football plays on there.
Yeah.
Lines going across.
All right, Mike. I guess it's your turn.
I tried not picking some that I thought would be on everybody's list, like Batman. But
Oh,
Yeah, but
I know.
which Batman?
which Batmobile?
oh, if you're asking me which one, the original, of course.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Going with the wings.
That's just me.
They
So
had it
my
at the
list
Witty.
goes. My list goes to middle-aged movies from the '80s as well. I'll start with.
Wait. Did you say middle-age movie?
Yeah, because we could call the other ones. They're not old movies. So old movies are from the '50s. These are middle-aged or midlife crisis movies. I don't know.
Okay.
For lack of a
Just wanted to clarify that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's hard to follow my thought process at times. I know. But yeah, so 1984, Cannonball Run 2. I thought it was the coolest car. Orangutan driving car. But they had him up front. Remember that one? They had him up front like he was driving the car, and when the actual driving was behind them. That was the coolest thing, man. I was like, man, I'm gonna build me one of those when I grow up.
You wanted to be an orangutan driving a car.
So I wanted the orangutan car, and I have the orangutan up front. Of course, it's a cool car.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my little light keeps going off. I think I should have probably put new batteries.
That's okay.
I put the one in the background, so let me see if I can get it to go back on. All right.
Yeah.
And then the next one, another from another film in the 80s. Sylvester Stallone film Cobra. That was a cool car, man.
I remember that.
Never seen it.
I didn't see that one. I didn't see
And
it, so I don't know.
Googling and researching on, when the film came out. It actually came out May 23rd, 1986, which would be 35 years tomorrow. That, by coincidence.
Mhm.
We're the anniversary of Cobra.
Yeah.
That is an awesome car. And I know we we said 3, but I'm just gonna run through a couple real quick. I'm not really gonna talk about them. The Monsters car.
You're gonna do Belinda.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cheat.
I'm only gonna do 3, so let me go with 15.
Yeah, you're gonna have to play the cut me off.
3 hours later.
Oh, I know she'll hang up on you when she gets to number 3.
I know.
I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
my next car with.
Like they do at the Academy Awards, start playing the music. And
Yeah. Played us off.
I'd like to thank.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I accidentally hung up on everybody at our last planning meeting.
The little king's gonna come out.
I was trying to say, it sure is good to see everybody back. Well,
I was like, I didn't get to say goodbye.
So anything else you want to talk about? Click. I guess not. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay, I'll stop. I won't do that. I'll circle back around. But I do want to talk about Back to the Future 2. And no, I'm not talking about DeLorean. Everybody has one of those in their garage or driveway these days. No, I'm talking about hoverboard.
Oh, okay.
That was a ride. I mean, I think
I hadn't even thought of
things that are coming out now. I think somebody got their idea from that. So these things that the kids ride now that they call hoverboards. I mean, that's we got it from the idea.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I guess those will be my 3 for now. The orangutan car from Cannonball Run 2, the Cobra car from the movie Cobra, and the hoverboard from Back to the Future. And I have some other honorable mentions that I'll circle back to later. Mine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good
That's
list.
good.
I like those.
Hoverboards.
Hoverboard.
Ride. We did say rides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mode of transportation.
A mode of transportation. There you go.
Yeah, my mind went directly to that DeLorean, and you surprised me on that one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Victor, I guess you're next.
Okay, well, I'm going to try something here. I'm going to try to actually show the pictures of the 3 cars I'm going to talk about.
Oh,
I'm going to be trying to change this. I can change it on my settings. I don't know if it's going to change on the live feed, but we'll see. So obviously, the Bluesmobile, for me, among the 3 all the ones that I could think of, this to me was the most awesome one because it's just a car, you know. I'm going to say it again. I said this early when we first started recording. It's got a cap engine with cap tires and cap shocks and a cap suspension. And it was made before catalytic converters, so it runs good on regular gas. But they took this car through its paces. It escaped everything. It was in the most epic chase scene I've ever seen. And at the very end, when they finally get to where their destination, the car just completely blows up. It just falls apart. You know, they got everything they could out of this car. It was an awesome car. And I got to give Dan Aykroyd credit for being the driver, which, of course, I'm not a stunt driver. But still, in the movie, it was awesome. It was just I never laughed so hard at a movie when I saw this because I went to this movie not knowing it was a musical and not knowing it was going to be all this chase stuff. And I was just like, wow, it was just amazing. All these legendary musicians and then the chase scene and just Steven Spielberg makes a cameo. I mean, it's just got everything. But that's an awesome, awesome, awesome car. Okay, so that would be probably my number 1 pick. So now I'm going to try to pick another one. Let's see. There it is. I got to take off my case.
Bang, bang.
Bitty, bang, bang. Yeah. Flying car.
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth there.
Change it. No. Hey, this is an awesome car. Look, it's got the wings out. Look, it's nice. It's a nice car.
Yes.
He built it himself, and he flew it across, I don't know, what was that, Estonia or something, and then in some kind of castle. And, it was a great adventure, especially me as a kid watching that movie. It freaked me out. Of course, the kid catcher scared the heck out of me. I had nightmares about him. He was creepy. But it was a really good movie. I've always been a fan of Dick Van Dyke. So yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
I've never seen it.
Boom Boom. Oh really?
Oh, you have to see it.
Oh, well, it
sounds very chitty.
Is that a speech impediment or a movie?
Chitty, like twice. It's not just chitty. It's chitty. I don't know. I want to see it.
Movie review. I don't know what that was.
It's not just chitty. It's chitty chitty.
Hey.
Bang bang.
It ain't night version here.
Or like beep beep. We gotta beep out your talking there.
I'm doing it right now.
Oh yeah. Extra work for Belinda.
This stopped being a family show like 3-4 episodes ago, so we're forget about that.
It is after 9, so it's funny.
Hot Squad sessions after dark.
The red sessions.
You can see the nice wood paneling there. And
the red light sessions. Yeah.
The plush upholstery up there, the silver on the bonnet, as they call it. It's a very British movie. So I'm sure they refer to this part as the bonnet. So, yeah, but it's a cool movie for kids. Oh,
Thank you, Izzy Pants. Thank you for that explanation.
It's really good. You should really check it out because it's awesome. But Benny Hill even makes a cameo. We're talking about cameos. Benny Hill does a cameo in this movie, the great Benny Hill.
Wow.
Yeah, awesome, fun movie. It's cool. So this is a cool car right here. And my last one is probably the most tricked out one you're going to see. And Mike actually mentioned it. The Munsters car. Look at that sucker. That's nice looking car. I mean, I would love to see that actually driving down the street. That is a nice car. I mean, look at this. It's all.
I didn't know it was in color.
Yeah, I know, right? Because the show was in black and white for the most part. Look at that. I mean, that is just. I mean,
that's a Munsters car. Yep.
Yeah.
Parked out in front of 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's an oopty right there. That's.
It was called the Coach with a K.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, with a K?
You remember the one that Grandpa drove?
I thought this was the one that he drove.
No, Grandpa drove a different one. This was called Dragula. It was like a coffin, but it was like had racing wheels in it. You guys remember that one?
I remember that.
It's called Dragula.
Dude, I remember.
I thought Dragula was the Rob Zombie song.
Oh yeah, he named it.
Making it up.
I'm serious. Look it up.
No, I remember that.
Yeah, see? There you go. And my backup mic.
Grandpa's coffin car, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not full of chitty. See?
Full of an energy drink. What's in the energy drink? That's what I want.
Got power.
Got power.
Got the power.
Sponsored by Powerade. I'm just kidding. No. I don't get sued.
We're not sponsored by Powerade.
Just kidding.
Sponsored by
Powerade.
But if you want to sponsor us.
Hey, let's just do some product placement. Why not?
Oh my gosh.
See what happens, Belinda?
No editing.
I'm going to have to pixelate the little Ford symbol on there, the Gatorade.
Edit out my whole segment because of y'all.
It gives me so much energy.
Banana.
Look.
Endorsed by the Banana Growers of America.
I just want y'all. That is an awesome car.
That's badass.
That is a good car.
So those are my 3 cars. This is the prettiest one. The Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car is the coolest because it flies. But my favorite was the Blues Brothers car, the Bluesmobile. So those are my 3.
Rides.
Yeah, the Munsters was actually on the top of my list, but I had a feeling y'all were going to talk about that one, so I decided to go with the other ones.
Wow.
So.
Okay, well, tell us what they are, Mike.
Well, who's the other one? Mike already went next.
Yeah, but it's okay. I'll go again. Jose can wait. I'll go twice. You said
Okay.
last, right?
Okay,
They want to
Belinda
go
Jr.
last.
over here. Belinda the second cutting me off.
Okay, I'll wait. Go ahead, Jose. Let's go.
We got less than a minute.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
we do. But go ahead, Jose. You got less than a minute. No, no.
Wow.
I'm kidding. Well, let's take a break and then come back and listen to a whole 40 minutes of Jose talking about his car.
His manifesto on card.
All right.
Alrighty.
Yay, we're back. Okay, we're waiting on Mike.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I mean, he heard the last part. You left before everybody else did. So.
I mean, are we sure it's being recorded?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah.
I'm just picking on you.
Yeah, I hit the button before y'all came on.
This is going to be one of our longer shows, but we did do one last time, so we're kind of making up for it.
That's true. That's true. It's 11 o'clock. What was that?
On my phone. I got a notification.
It sounded like a little crystal glass or something.
Booty call, huh?
You're the last person I would have thought would have said that. That's hilarious. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it is the Pod Squad after hours, you know.
That's right. He's connecting. Hey,
All right.
you made it back.
Back in the house.
Sorry, my Wi-Fi is so slow.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
We're good.
Okay, so we need to we need to finish up our car talk here. Who was left? Me and Jose?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jose, you got your list? Get
Yeah, I
ready.
got my list.
Tell us your picks.
Let's see. I had the Mad Max car, the Interceptor. I had the Dodge Monaco from the Blues Brothers. The Cobra Mercury, or from the movie Cobra, so Sylvester Stallone. Smokey and the Bandit, the Firebird. The Knight Rider, General Lee, and then of course the Millennium Falcon.
Knight Rider, Kit,
Kit.
and the General Lee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to tell that story about the Cobra getting stolen.
Oh yeah. So when I was doing some research about that, they were saying that Sylvester Stallone owns the Cobra car, and so it got stolen. I don't know exactly how it got stolen, but it was missing for a few years, and Stallone was looking for it, and he found it at some auction house. Some auction house was selling it, and I guess whoever stole it sold it to the auction house, and then they were going to resell it. And but they didn't want to give it back to him. They didn't want to give it back to him. It belonged to him, but they didn't want to give it back to him. Wow. So he ended up negotiating with them. I guess he still had to pay them some amount of money or something for it, because they were going to give it to him for free.
That's crazy.
I know, it's crazy. It's his vehicle.
Stolen.
I guess it's kind of like blackmailing him or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah, they ended up having him, I guess, pay some money for it. But he got it back. He got it back, and So he's the owner of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see that movie, so I don't know what the car was like. What kind of car was it?
It's a Mercury. It's a Mercury Monterrey, 1950s. Kind of modified, souped up.
Yeah.
Like a
Picked out.
old-fashioned speedster.
Oh.
You played kind of like a road cop that went over and got the bad guys when the regular cops couldn't do it, you know.
His name was Marion Cabretti in the movie. They called him Cobra.
Oh, that's where that came from. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
And then you were saying something about
about the Dukes of
General
Hazzard
Lee?
car.
The general.
Yeah, so there was that controversy. I guess it happened like a few months ago, or maybe about a year ago, about the Confederate flag. And it's been all this like talk about getting rid of the Confederate flag and the images, and so since the General Lee has a Confederate flag on top of it, I think I was telling you guys that I went to Hobby Lobby, and they have like the section where they have all the models, and they had the picture of the General Lee. It was kind of like a little painting of it, but it was orange on top. It didn't have the Confederate flag anymore on it. So I guess either it doesn't come with a sticker anymore that you can put on top, or maybe it does. They just can't show it on the box for some reason. But they pretty much got rid of anything General Lee related. Even the shows, I think I was telling y'all that they took the shows off the air, all the reruns that they were showing.
Yeah.
Because of that. So
any reference to the Confederacy.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, because I mean I understand why they did it, but at the same time I felt like, I don't know. I mean I thought the show was just kind of about a bunch of dumb rednecks, so I don't know. But
we can't watch Roscoe P. Coltrane and Boss Hogg anymore.
No more.
Okay.
Millennium Falcon made the Kessel Run in
12 parsecs.
12 parsecs.
I would not. That would not be my ride. I'm telling you, it's a piece of junk. It's a piece of junk.
Nope. Brought down the Empire. It destroyed the second Death Star. Come on.
It's always falling apart, and the inside is terrible. The interior needs some interior decorating.
It's got a chessboard.
Yeah.
Right. It's got the little chessboard.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a chessboard like on Star Trek.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That's a chessboard.
Hey, the Blues Brothers car fell apart at the end, so I don't think there's anything wrong with the Millennium Falcon.
It was in the new trilogy too.
Oh yeah,
that's
right.
Yeah, it's still around.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay, so my picks, you guys had already pretty much claimed every time I was like, y'all started saying one, it was y'all were claiming mine. I was like, okay, well, I need to come up with something. So
I didn't see your name on it. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. So I don't know. Mine. I just kind of have the list in my head because I actually didn't make a list this week. I don't know what happened. I just ran out of time. Didn't write anything down. But I did have. I had wanted to say originally I was going to say Pee-wee's Bike, but one of y'all mentioned that one. It's like, okay, that was mine. Let's see, what was the next one? I had oh gosh, now I forgot. Oh, the Beverly Hillbillies truck with Granny sitting on top of the truck. Could have done that. I also really like the Flintstones car, that's the green version of what a vehicle should be. Just runs on human energy on your feet. What else? I think what I ended up with were my two favorites. Like when I was small, when I was a kid, I remember really wanting, like, if I could have a car, it would have been Scooby-Doo's Mystery Machine. Because it was just cool to me. It was like this van. It was like this. My favorite colors were like kind of blue and green, and it had flowers all over it. It's like, that's perfect. That's my car. But then y'all pointed out that there was probably smoke inside, and a lot of haze, and lots of munchies, and lots of Scooby snacks, and
That's the doobie scoop. Yeah.
They do say Scooby Dooby.
Scooby Dooby.
Scooby Dooby Doo. That's right.
Doobie.
But that was my that was probably my car of choice when I was, 7 or something. I don't know. But now that I've been thinking about it, I think my top choice is probably going to be the USS Enterprise.
Ooh.
Yep, that's the one.
Better than the Jupiter, whatever.
The Jupiter 2? Yes, better than the Jupiter 2.
The Jupiter is 2. You know what I'm saying?
That's terrible. Terrible.
Well, what I said before.
It has a transporter. The Enterprise has a transporter. You can order the computer to make you any food or drink that you want. It's always clean. Somebody goes in and makes their rooms for them, because I never see them cleaning up. And there's everything that you need there. It's like, okay, that's my new ride right there. Much better than the Millennium Falcon.
How many times did they blow up the Enterprise?
And it always comes back.
How many times? Even the new Enterprise, they blew it up. Yeah. Which one's a piece of junk? Yeah.
Still the Falcon, the piece of junk.
It's still around. It's in one piece.
How fast can the Enterprise make the Kessel run?
Good question. I don't know. I don't think that's ever been asked.
Because it won't make it, that's why.
That's something to research. Top speed for the 2.
It time travels. What do you want? I mean, you can do anything with it. Yeah, those are my choices. So did y'all have any other choices that we didn't get to on your first run? Anything that we need to mention?
The only one I had was Herbie the Love Bug.
Mm-hmm.
Herbie the Love Bug.
Herbie.
The station wagon from Family Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Transformers. And, of course, you can't forget the Lost in Space Chariot.
The Chariot.
Yeah.
Bravo.
The car Christine from the movie Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Who would want that? Who would want that?
Sociopath.
It's gonna kill you. But okay. Okay, if that's your
out there that there's people out there.
There's people out there that want that. Okay. Anything else that was on your list, Jose, that we didn't mention?
Yeah, I think I said Starsky and Hutch, the Gran Torino.
Yeah, that was a nice car.
Right. And then the Ecto one, which is the automobile they use in the Ghostbusters movies.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The ambulance.
There you go. That's
Whose car? I'm sorry. Whose car was it in Starsky Hutch?
The Starsky's.
Oh,
Hutch had a piece of junk.
I don't remember it, but
yeah, Starsky had the nice tomato red with a white stripe, car, and then Hutch had this old broken down blue sedan. I don't know what kind of car it was. It was the Millennium Falcon of.
You mean the red one, right? With the Millennium Falcon. Yeah.
Right. Nobody mentioned the bus from the Partridge Family.
No, forgot about that. Or the bus from the Magical Mystery Tour.
Oh yeah. True.
Think about that. Didn't think about that earlier.
It was magical and
it was magical, yes. I think the magic had to do with mushrooms or something.
Yeah. Possibly.
They were a little out there.
Well, you didn't mention your Dumb and Dumber car.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's one of my newer cars. My newer favorites is the Dumb and Dumber Mutt Cuts. Man, I love that. It's all covered in shag fur. It looks like a dog. Perfect. Anything else?
I think that's all I got.
That's it?
All I can think of.
For you too, Susan, anything else?
No, I mean.
No, that's it. Okay. Well then, I guess that finishes up our car talk, and we're going to move on to a discussion on going to the movies now that the ban, I guess you would call the ban, is lifted.
Theaters are starting to open.
Yeah. Theaters are starting to open. People are wanting to go see movies. Will you be one of those? Will you be going out? Or are you going to stay home? What do you think the future is for film? So, all right. We'll take a quick little break, and we'll finish up that discussion.
Okay. So the topic we're talking about is whether or not people are going to go back to the theater now that COVID is starting to get better and, theaters are opening, or if they're going to stay home and stream movies at home. Okay. Because a friend of mine who's a big movie nut like I am, he does movie reviews. He even used to be a projectionist. He posted recently on Facebook or on social media, whatever you want to call it, that he would rather stay home and stream movies at home than go to the theater. And he gave a lot of compelling reasons. Some people aren't vaccinated. Some people just bring their phones. They're talking. They bring their kids. The floors are sticky. It's just, those are all legitimate reasons. Okay. But I kind of took the other opinion. To me, the whole purpose of making a movie is for it to be seen on a big screen with that kind of sound. Because you got to look at the history of movies. When movies first came out, there was no TV, there was no cable. There was just a place to go to watch a film. Okay. So that's what people did. And later on, TV came around. The technology still wasn't great. You could watch a movie on TV, but it still wouldn't be as good as seeing it in the theater with the sound that they had at the theaters. And then THX came along and Dolby and digital and all these other things. So technology has improved. We now have streaming services. So now it's more convenient to watch a movie at home. But for me, and I consider myself a purist, is that the best place to see a movie is at the theater with theater sound. And the analogy that I was giving was that if somebody gave you a time machine and said you could go back in time to see Led Zeppelin, a lot of people would say, sure. They get in the time machine, they could go back to the 70s. And as soon as they get there, they say, okay, great, sit down. I'm going to put a TV in front of you and you're going to see Led Zeppelin. Like, what? That's an experience you have to have in person. If you're going to go back in time to see Led Zeppelin, you're going to want to see them live, right? You're not going to want to see them on TV. You know, and I think I mentioned to y'all the other day, if you're going to see the Mona Lisa, you'd rather see it in a museum, not on a streaming service, you know, because you can see plenty of things streaming and they're good. But to me, they're better if you see them the way they're meant to be, you know. And so he and I had a little discussion back and forth. And I even told him, I said, we're going to be talking about that same topic today during our podcast. So he should check it out and give us his feedback. But that's how I feel about it. I mean, can you imagine an epic, the cinematography of Lawrence of Arabia shrunken down to it? And I know that the TVs are getting bigger, but you can't compare a 60-inch HD TV to a cinematic experience on the big screen. That's my opinion. I don't know if anybody has a different opinion. We're down to 8 minutes. I've already talked too long. What do y'all think?
Well, Mike, do you want to tell us your view on whether or not you're going to be going back to the movies, or?
Oh, you know, I think Victor probably covered my sentiments, but yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it just depends on the movie. In some films, I know I want to see them the whole theater experience. The special effects movies, action movies. The theater experience is, for me, the way to go. First choice for me is a theater experience.
So
I don't have a problem telling somebody that's talking during the movie, shh. No problem. Some guy starts snoring, I'll give him a little nudge, hey man. I don't have a problem with any of that.
So you're up to going out?
Yeah, I'm up to going back. I am. Yeah, I wear my mask. I've been vaccinated. I don't touch everything. I've always been that way anyway. Pandemic. I always wash my hands, and then when I open doors, I never use the door handles. I always reach up high and push with the very top corner. You know, I've been doing that for years. You know, now I see people doing it all the time. I was like,
now you're going to be touching where everybody else is touching.
Yeah. Well, now I don't go to the corner anymore. It takes a little bit more to push from the middle. You can still get it open. So, yeah, but not everybody can reach up high. That's why I go up there.
Oh, that's yeah.
So
you got that little device that they give you that has a hook on it, like that to open the.
Oh yeah, I have one of those on my keychain. Yeah, I use that too. Yeah. So I don't have a problem going back to the theater.
We'll be seeing you at the theater. And so, Victor, you prefer doing that, but does that mean that you're going to be going back? Or
I already have, and it was kind of because I had to, because I wanted to see Nomadland, and the only place I could see it was at the theater. And I went, and I was like the only person in the theater, so I was safe. But there was hardly anybody at the theater. But you know, I'm fully vaccinated. And I'm like Mike, when I open doors or touch things, I'll touch it with my knuckle or not my fingertips, you know, or I'll get something to touch it with. But, you know, especially, and I like, there's movies like The Water Boy or King Kong versus Godzilla. I can see watching that at home because it's designed to entertain, right? But I think some movies are works of art. I mean,
like King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
How
could you how could you say you could watch that at home?
Come on,
you prefer that at home? I would prefer to watch that at the theater because it's such a big, like, large scale.
Yes, I can see a movie with the cinematography on that scale, but to me, and I saw the movie, and to me, the entertainment wasn't worth the price at a theater. At a theater, because I totally agree. Theaters cost too much for money, for tickets, and for concessions, and all those things that my friend mentioned are true. Okay, but like I said, you can go to a concert, you can go to the grocery store. There's going to be annoying people wherever you go, you know. And I think some people who say, "Well, I don't want to go because that guy's on the phone," they're the ones that actually want to be at home so that they can use their phone. They don't want to follow the rules of the theater. They rather, and that's fine. Stay home. If you're going to be with your phone and talking, but stay home. Leave the theaters for the people who really appreciate. And I don't want to say my friend doesn't appreciate, because I know he does. But like I said, something like Lawrence of Arabia, you've got to see that on the big screen. You can't not see that on the big screen.
Or King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm not going to go to the theater to see Anthony Hopkins because he's acting so great on a big screen. I could see him on a smaller screen.
There will
his
be
acting, but if I want to see Godzilla and King Kong and they're like magnificent,
they're larger than life. You need to see them up there. Yeah.
IMAX Godzilla.
King Kong's a better actor than
$20
Godzilla.
for the ticket. But... I'm sorry, Mike. What?
I said King Kong's a better actor than Godzilla.
Accepting the award for Godzilla is
King Kong's leading man.
Yeah, but there's some movies that are better off seen at home. I agree, but some movies need to be seen at the theater.
Yes.
I agree.
Well,
and I know we've talked about this before, but to save money at the concession stand, you just go to dollar store and sneak that stuff in. Wear your cargo pants. Tell your girlfriend to bring her biggest purse. If you take a soda in there, and when you pop it, you cough at the same time.
Yeah.
Again, there's little tricks. You hear them in there undoing their foil from their tacos. Come on, there's lots of ways to say. You don't have to buy that expensive concession stuff. If I can figure out a way to pop my own popcorn and get it in there, I'm rather do that too. $20 for a bucket of popcorn? Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's why I never get concessions when I go to a movie.
Yeah. Well, I do. I just get it at the dollar store and then go.
Well, our time is almost up for this little session. Let's get off and get back on so we can hear from everyone else. Okay, record button's already on. The first thing I did before I let you guys on.
You can hit record.
Who's missing? Oh, Mike. I thought he was on here.
I like this background. So if I turn around, does it actually look like I'm at the theater? Is that like
Yeah,
it looks like that Mystery Science 3000.
That's what I was thinking.
The two little robots.
Hey.
That's all it's missing. Missing the two little robots.
Mystery Theater 3000.
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mystery Science Theater, you're right. So it is all gone. Oh, well.
So much for that sponsorship.
Yeah. Mike?
Mike went to a movie.
He couldn't wait. He needs to go see Godzilla. King Kong.
Come on, that's up there with Lawrence of Arabia. Come on, you gotta see that one.
I wouldn't go that far. Come on.
Godzilla of Arabia.
Come on.
Yay! Mike's back. Okay.
I guess the Wi-Fi at this hotel is slow. It's been cutting off on me and then takes forever to get me back on.
Yeah, you're using their Wi-Fi. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Sorry.
No,
Trying my best.
No
You guys
problem.
been freaking up on me too, but I can hear your voices, no problem. But
Not as
Yeah.
bad as me forgetting to hit record, so don't worry about it.
we'll get through it. We'll get to it.
All right. Well, Jose, what about you? Are you planning to go back to the theater? Do you think we should wait? We should not just forget about theaters? What?
No, I agree with Victor. I think I'm like everybody else here who, wants to get back to the theaters. We like movies because we like going to the movies to see them. I know when the pandemic first hit, one of the first things I told Melinda that I think I miss it more than anything else was going to the movies. I told her I don't miss going out to eat. I don't miss going to really anywhere, but the movies was the one thing that like I missed the most. Just the experience of going, like being excited that, there's a movie coming out in 3 months and counting down the days and waiting for it to come out. And, the Oscars are coming. Let's go check out all the movies as much as we can, just go see as many movies as we could. And we couldn't do that anymore. And even though we could see some of them on TV, like King Kong versus Godzilla, we have HBO Max. We watch it on there. It still wasn't the same. I mean, it was good, but it just still wasn't the same. But I wanted to bring something up that you guys were, I don't know, because I know all of us are kind of talking about like theaters versus staying at home and watching stuff. But there was something that I noticed, again, bringing up King Kong versus Godzilla at work. You guys know I'm a teacher, right? And I'm talking to the students, and they were excited about it too. But some of them were watching it on their phones. They were like, "Oh, I'm already watching it on the day it came out. I wanted to get home to see it on TV, because I have a big screen TV." And they were like, "No, sir, we're already watching it on our phones." And I think this generation right now is so used to watching things on their phones and iPads that they don't really have the same sort of experience we do when we watch movies, because we grew up watching them in the theater. And so for them, they're kind of like already used to watching them like on small screens already. And I know I heard I guess it was like a story. I don't know if it was on NPR, an article I read, and they were talking about that, about like whether or not the movie theaters are going to survive or not, because people are moving away so much. And then now with the pandemic, even more, people are so used to watching things at home now. It's not about whether they're going to go back because they're scared of the coronavirus. It's whether they're going to go back because they want to, or they could just stay home and watch it on their, like Victor was saying, in the luxury of their home. They could be there and watching it in their living room, don't have to worry about expensive concessions and noisy kids and snoring people and, copulating people and whatever, it's like, so, what I mean? That was one of the things that we're talking about. They were, hey, did I get beeped? Got censored.
He used an adult word, so
coitus. I don't know. Whatever.
He said coffee, Betty.
they wouldn't know what that was.
The horizontal mambo. I don't know.
Hot squat after hours.
But anyway, that was just something I wanted to bring up, because I mean, I'm for going to the theater even right now and everything, but I'm wondering if like they were saying that in the future, in a few months, once, the theaters reopen and everything, are people really going to go back to the theaters, or are they so used to being at home that they're just going to say, nah, screw it, we'll just keep watching movies at home?
Yeah, they've grown. This new generation, I think they've just grown accustomed to it, and at the same time, they just don't appreciate the theater experience like we did growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, think of it from the point of view of, like, I'm a teacher too. I work with middle schoolers. From their point of view, it's like, why would I want to get in a car or a bus or ride my bike to a building and pay way too much money to go see a movie when it's already right here in my house with my phone?
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of convenience for them, and that's a whole generation that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to see the theater as like, why would I want to go there, when I have it here, and that's what I'm saying. This is a historic moment for movies. Things are going to change. I may not like the change, but our generation grew up. Yeah, we went to the movies all the time.
And another thing too, I was noticing too, is that
becoming an emotional issue for Belinda, apparently.
One quick thing before I forget. Another thing I noticed, if you guys look at Netflix, you'll notice that they have a lot better quality actors, or higher, like, well-known actors doing movies, and they're all going straight to Netflix and TV shows and things like that, because they're trying to build up their, their whatever, their list, their movies or whatever, right? And so people are saying, well, why should I go to the movies when I can just watch something that's exclusive on Netflix and it's got a, big name star and it's got a good budget? Why go to the movies and watch it when I can just watch it on Netflix instead? Because some of these movies they're only on Netflix. They're not on any other. They're not at the theaters. So they're saying, like, is Netflix going to kill, or like these streaming services, are they going to kill the movie theaters because no one's going to want to go anymore?
They might. And one concern I have about all the streaming services is if it, you're going to have to subscribe to see those movies. Mm-hmm. So are you going to subscribe to all of them? That to me isn't fair. If somebody has a movie on their streaming service and the only way you can see it, that's why I had to go to the theater to see Nomadland, because that movie was only showing on one service that I didn't have. And I wasn't about to pay a monthly fee. I mean, I guess I could have got a free trial or something, but I really wanted to see this movie, because I heard a lot about it. I wanted to see it in the theater. And since that was the only place it was showing, that's why I went. But all the other ones, the Academy Award nominees for, I saw them all streaming because they either weren't at the theater or, that just, it was just more convenient to watch them at home, especially since I wanted to see them all before the awards, so I was kind of in a rush. So, it is more convenient, but like I said, I just can't, it's just, is cinematography even going to be important anymore? Because it's going to be made for the small screen. The whole industry is changing, so, I mean, I hate to say I see the writing on the wall, but that seems to be where it's going.
All right, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer. I was going to be like.
So you're going back to the theater then, Jose, right?
No, yeah.
All right, Susan, what's your view?
Well, I want to remember I spoke to you, so we discussed about going, and I looked at the times and availability, and right now it's getting full. The movie theater, even though they're separating people, it's getting full. Because everyone's going, and I'm kind of worried about it still not being enough space, especially if you're on the bottom and they're on the top or something like that. So I think everyone's trying to get the top seats first. I'm thinking of the movie Outbreak when the person was sick in the theater, and then because theaters are not open, they're like a school. They're kind of closed, And I've been in some theaters that pretty much feel hot sometimes. Their air is not on. So I see. I want to go to movies really bad too, and I've been still looking, but I see that a lot less space is available. It's gonna be a lot. I don't know. Take a long time before we can even go see a movie.
Let's hypothetically say that COVID goes away.
It won't go away. It's here.
That's what I'm saying. Hypothetically.
It won't go away.
No. Hypothetically.
It won't. We can't do that, though.
Right now.
We can't say that, though. I mean,
no,
right
we're
now,
not saying that. We're saying hypothetically.
The choice is, if COVID never existed, given the way current circumstances with streaming services, would you prefer to go see a movie at a theater or at home?
It depends on the movie. I mean, I want to go see John Wick in the theater, the next one. And I want to see The Quiet Space. Even though I could see it here, I think it was fun seeing the first one in the theater because it was like everyone was quiet because it was too quiet. And they had to be quiet and they couldn't eat, and they're trying to chew the popcorn quietly, But see, we go to a certain theater that doesn't allow people to be talking or have their cell phones. And, actually, and one of those theaters is closing, unfortunately. I would go. I mean, I'm looking at the times and everything. but there's still too many to me. I mean, there's not enough space. I don't know. I just feel if I go, I want to be in the top one and breathe down to people. I know, just kidding.
Breathe down on them.
It was never about, yeah, there was always nosy people and other stuff going on, but that's always been there. And you just ignore it, you learn to block it out. And it was never that. It's this,
Yeah.
So, I mean, they can't, they're not going to be able to keep people out, and are they going to make people still wear their mask, and is there going to be fights with people saying, you can't make me wear it? No, that's the only bad part.
I think those fights would probably happen before they even got into the actual.
But see, and I feel bad because of the people working there. They're going to be through that again,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I want to go to movies. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I've been looking at the times. I mean, what's available, because,
The whole reason that discussion started with me and my friend is because of Dune. Dune is coming out, and I'm looking forward to going there. I have to go see that. That's going to be a large-scale movie. I got to see that on a big screen. But he to see it on a small screen. I said, "Oh, you're going to miss stuff. Something that big. There's going to be details you're not going to see." And then that's how our discussion got started.
I don't know about that though. I noticed when I watch it on a smaller screen, I see even more details that I missed at the theater. Now, I mean, granted, we got we got a bigger TV, and it was like, wow. It's the newer ones, the color, and it's huge. To me, it's huge. It didn't fit on the table. It didn't fit where we're gonna put it.
And it depends where you sit. Depends where you sit in the theater. I went to go see Gladiator when that movie came out, and I was like in the second row, and I was like looking at tigers and everything, and I kept like going back and forth. And I mean, I missed like half of what was going on in the movie. So if I had sat further back, I would have seen more. But I was like, well, what's going on over here?
That's true.
That's why I always have like an optimal sitting spot,
right
that
in the
I
middle.
always pick.
Row 7.
Yeah.
And
those are
other people
taken.
are like, no, I need to be on the edge, or no, I need to be up in the front. And it's like, oh, okay. But it's like, I always have to be like dead center, and if there's nobody else around me or the theater's, sort of empty, it's even better because you enjoy it so much more. But
and it's funny because at home you can create your own environment, but the movie theaters are also bending over backwards to try to create a home environment in the theater with the reclining seats, and they'll bring the food to you, and they're trying to make it more like home.
Right.
So like I said, I can see the benefits, the pros and cons of both, but I still need to have that option to go to the theater because that's why
I think it's gonna still be there. I mean, you see these people says theater only, so it's gonna.
And I'm gonna be old guy historian here. When I was a little kid, my mom would take me to the movies with her all the time. And back in the day, there was only one theater with one screen. And if the movie was showing, you got in line, you bought your tickets. But if they sold out before you got your ticket, you had to wait 2 hours to buy the ticket to the next showing. And that meant standing in line. You couldn't go walking around. There were no malls. You literally had to stand there for 2 hours in line until they started selling tickets to the next screening. So, and believe it or not, I look back on that fondly because it's an experience that was unique to me that I got to be part of. Of course, at the time, my feet hurt because I was a little kid and Mom, can we go home? No, but that was my experience, so call it what you will, but that's kind of
right there. What you said would not happen now. Kids are not going to wait.
No, they're not. They don't have to. But see, it went from one screen to multiplex, and now it seems like it's going to start, getting smaller with a lot of theaters shutting down. I just heard about some big investment firm that sold all their stock in, I don't know if it's Cinemark or one of those other theater chains, because they didn't want to be part of that scene anymore. And that might be a trend. We'll see.
Well, so I guess here's my take on it. And I can't foresee the future. I don't know what's going to happen, but I mean, I'm just like you guys. That would, you know, like Jose was saying, that the one thing that I missed during the whole time was just getting out to go see a movie. That's all, you know, that's basically what I did on my weekends. I didn't have time to like go, you know, go out, you know, to dinner because I would be too late. I would have school in the morning, this and that, you know, and I just always felt too busy and there was never enough time. So I would carve out enough time for me to go watch a movie, you know, like on a Saturday. Matinee, you know, perfect, because there were barely any people in there. It was just usually just me, you know, first or second showing of the day. And yeah, people, you know, can be annoying, but there have been regulations, well, not regulations, but I guess rules that certain theaters have been putting into play about, you know, not having your cell phones out, or if somebody's making noise, letting, you know, management know, and they take care of it. You don't have to deal with it. Which is one of the things that I like, that I love about the theater that I go to, that I normally go to. As far as, you know, is it going to die out? I don't think it will. I don't see that happening. Why do I say that? Because first thing I see, just like Susan said, is everybody's trying to get out back to the movies. Now that, you know, some theaters are opening up and people are able to get out, that's where they're going. And even during the quarantine, we had, all of a sudden, it's like you started seeing these drive-in theaters pop up all of a sudden, and people were going out as a family in a car, or, you know, out on the lawn, to go watch a movie because they couldn't do it any other way, you know. And all what that tells me is that industry is still alive. It's not going to die out, regardless of whether, you know, Netflix is, you know, pushing their original, you know, and only on Netflix type shows, or Amazon, or, you know, whoever. That's going to happen. Same thing happened when cable came out. You know, it's like the networks, the 3 or 4 main networks were like wondering how were they going to compete, you know, and they're still around. Now they have to share some of the viewership with other people, but it only makes for better competition. I think that the thing that that we need to, as consumers, watch out for is, you know, once certain companies start getting a hold of more and more viewers and becoming a monopoly, I think that's where there's going to be problems. You know, that will kill creativity. That'll kill, you know, people coming up with new types of stories to put out. So if anything, that would be my worry, is like, is that what's going to happen? Is everybody going to try to go, you know, to these online streaming companies, and therefore, you know, kind of strangle competition, and, you know, and then where's the art form in movies? That would be my concern. But as far as it dying, I don't see that happening. Am I going to go to the movies? Yeah, I'm going to go. I've been vaccinated. You know, it's been a few weeks since since I completed that course, and I feel safe enough still wearing my mask, to go and watch something. I think that as long as I'm being careful and that I'm, watching, and hopefully, nobody else around me will be sick, that I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to get sick because I've been vaccinated. Now, will the people who have not been vaccinated and are there, are they going to be safe? Maybe not, but it's up to them to go take care of that. That's not, I can't force them to do anything that they don't want to do, do they need to be there if they're on their phone or if they have little kids crying or, no. And I understand that you want to get out and you want to do stuff, but if you're not there and committed to being there, then why are you there to begin with? If you're not going to be committed to watching a movie without messing around on your phone or talking to somebody or, whatever, then that's not where you should be. But, it happens. As far as, being holed up in your house and not going to watch a movie, kind of like you were saying about your friend, I have found that many times, and I think all of you have probably experienced this, but, watching, I don't go out a lot, and I like being solitary. I like being in a quiet space, not like the movie, but but being in a quiet place and reflecting and reading and doing creative stuff on my own. But the one thing that I do like to do, out with other people is to go watch a film, because then we can discuss it, or there's just this communal activity that happens when you're in a theater with a room full of people, and somebody's winning, and then you hear the crowd like yelling or clapping or laughing together. It's magical. It's like that you don't always have that happen at home, unless you have your family there with you. But if you're on your own, who are you going to laugh with? I mean, you can laugh by yourself or you're with your pets, but it's different when you're in a theater. And, that's where I kind of stand. So will I go to movies? Yes, I probably will. Should everybody go back to the movies? No, maybe not right now. Maybe not those people who really don't appreciate, I guess, being in a theater. If that's not where you want to be, then just don't go. I don't see that being a factor in the death of the theater. I don't think that'll entirely happen. It may kind of fall down for a while, like I said, just think back to when cable first became really big, and it'll come back. It's not something that hasn't happened before, I guess. TV had an impact on it, cable had an impact on it, this had an impact on it, but it'll come back.
It'll come back, but it won't be the same.
It won't be the same, but we'll adjust. There'll still be stories to be told out there and new things to watch. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents.
That's a good 2 cents.
We'll make it 5 cents. Yeah. Anyway. So you guys out there, just if you get a chance, when you're visiting us on Facebook, which is going to be scrolling down the screen right now, we have our address down there. You can visit us. Tell us what you think. What are y'all thinking about doing? How do y'all see the future of film? And will you be going back to the theater?
And just a quick mention, the two topics we talked about today were generated by people outside. You know, my friend was talking about the theaters and the streaming, and with the rides that we talked about was also by one of our viewers. So we really do appreciate what y'all guys do when y'all listen and give us feedback.
Yes, definitely. So contact us. Let us know how we're doing it. I mean, does all of this sound like something we need to continue discussing, or you know, what is a discussion you would like to hear about from us as far as popular entertainment goes? We lost Mike again. I think he'll be right back. Having trouble with his Wi-Fi.
Internet is glitchy.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we should probably go to our in memoriam and our birthday segment really quick. And so who was going to do in memoriam?
I am.
You are. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go first, and then I'll follow you with the birthday.
Okay, guys. So I just picked a few people. Actually, there were several people that passed away recently, and also since the last time that we did the last podcast. So I'm just gonna. I know there's probably a bunch of them that I missed, but I'm sorry if I missed them. The first one I have here is Paul Mooney, who was a comedian, passed away at 79. Real name was Paul Gladney. And for those people that probably don't recognize him, he used to write a lot of material for Richard Pryor. A lot of the stand-up stuff that he did, Paul Mooney wrote for him. He was also a writer on the show Good Times and Sanford and Son, and did a few sketches also for In Living Color. In fact, he was the guy that created the character of Homie the Clown. And the way that I found out about him was through the Chappelle Show. Dave Chappelle used to love watching that show, and he used to watch Paul Mooney come out on there, and he had this character it was hilarious. It was pretty funny. But anyhow, Paul Mooney, comedian, 79, passed away. We got Charles Grodin, who's an actor. I didn't know he was 86, pretty old. Came out in the movies Beethoven, about the big Saint Bernard, Midnight Run with Robert De Niro. Also was in a movie in Rosemary's Baby, I think it was, that I saw, the original Rosemary's Baby. And I remember seeing him when he used to come out on David Letterman. He had like a real dry humor, and he always used to give David Letterman a hard time, but it was just part of his act. It was just part of the way he was. But man, he was funny. Tawny Katane, actress, 59, passed away. She was, I remember seeing her in Bachelor Party. My brother took me to go see the movie with Tom Hanks. She played his wife or his fiance. But she's probably more well known as the video vixen in the White Snake videos. She was dancing all over the cars and stuff. And I didn't know also that she was on the cover of some albums of the band Rat. I don't know if you guys ever remember that band Rat. But she was on the covers and dated one of the guys too. And also married David Coverdale from Whitesnake, was married to him for a little bit. Olympia Dukakis, 89, actress, Academy Award winner. She won Best Supporting Actress for Moonstruck, was in Steel Magnolias. She also did TV, Broadway. She's been in the business for like a very long time. Felix Silla, I think is the way his name is pronounced. He was an actor. He was 84 years old. Most of you probably don't know who he is, but you do know who he is. He played Cousin It in the 60s Addams Family. He was an Ewok in Return of the Jedi. And he also played Twiki, the little guy in Buck Rogers. I don't know if y'all remember that. He used to come out, that little robot guy. So he was a little person. And he passed away at 84. And he had a whole bunch of other roles that he did. He was a stuntman for children because he was a little guy. He would stand in for kids in a lot of movies. So that was kind of interesting. And the last one I have here is Greg Shock G. Jacobs, who was one of the singers for a band called the Digital Underground. He was better known as Humpty Hump because there was a song that they had called the Humpty Dance. And he was also one of the guys that helped out Tupac Shakur in helping produce one of his albums. In fact, Tupac Shakur was a dancer in the Digital Underground before he went off and became a gangster rapper on his own. So a lot of people don't know that. He was in the background. I didn't get his age though, but yeah, he also helped produce Tupac, Dr. Dre, Bobby Brown, and a bunch of other hip hop artists. And again, like I said, if there were any other people that I left out, I would say sorry about that. And then one last thing, my brother-in-law passed away about a week ago from cancer. So I wanted to just kind of throw that out there too. He wasn't a celebrity or anything, but he was an important part in our family and everything. So he passed away too. He was 44, 45 years old.
John, condolences.
Raise a glass to the dearly departed.
I ran out of a drink, so. Very good. Yes. Rest in peace and condolences on the loss in your family. We're going to move on to birthdays. There have been quite a few, to say the least. I just kind of went back during this past week because there was no way for me to do. What has it been now? 3 or 4 weeks that we've been on. So I will start off with a birthday on the 17th for somebody that is very well known here in San Antonio, Tony Parker, who turned 39. On the 18th, we had Tina Fey turn 51 and George Strait turned 69. On the 19th, very good day. We had Grace Jones turn 73, Pete Townsend turned 76, and Dusty Hill from ZZ Top. You know what? I forgot to write down his age, but happy birthday to him. On the 20th, we had Cher turn 75, Busta Rhymes turned 49, and on the 21st, it was Mr. T turning 69. On the 22nd, Naomi Campbell turned 51, which is today. Jennifer Goodwin, who is probably better known as Snow White on Once Upon a Time, turned 43 today. Morrissey is 62 years old. And Cameron, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right, Cameron Bykondova is 22. She is known for playing Selena Kyle in Gotham. On the 23rd, which is Sunday, Drew Carey turned 62. Melissa McBride, fans from The Walking Dead will know her, turns 55. Jewel turns 46, and Joan Collins will turn 87. And then on the 24th, we'll go ahead and finish up with the 24th, which is Monday. Bob Dylan turns 79. Patti LaBelle turns 76. Priscilla Presley turns 75. And Tommy Chong is going to be 82 years old. So happy birthday to them all. And to any of our viewers who we have happened to miss along the way, happy birthday to you all as well. All right, so I don't know how we want to do this. Do we want to just go back? Do we want to say our goodbyes and then go back?
We got less than 3 minutes.
Already? Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's say goodbye and then we'll come back in the last section just to redo that.
All right.
That piece. All right, so I guess that's it. That's it for our show. We talked a lot about movies, about going back to the movies, about our favorite rides. I hope you guys, contact us and let us know what your favorite rides are and what your decisions or your choices are about going back to the movies.
Please be courteous and nice on the opinions. So.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
And make sure that if you haven't subscribed to our channel on YouTube, do that right now. Info down at the bottom. Subscribe so that you are notified as to when we are having our next show. And then come visit us on Facebook or on Twitter and Instagram. We are on there as well. I think that's it. I think that's the end. So we bid you adieu. Adios. Au revoir. Hasta la vista.
Bye.
Bye.
Live long and prosper. Bye.
Bye.